Moo on the Moon, written by Kaylor Weidenbeck, illustrated by Omnia Tulba. Millie Moo looked up to the moon and dreamed of flying there. How can a cow get to the moon? She wondered. Mama Moo always said, if you think something is impossible, remember that you are unstoppable. For Millie's birthday, her parents got her a telescope. She started staying up late gazing at the moon and stars, so her parents had to take the telescope away at bedtime. Astronauts need a good night's sleep, Daddy Moo always said. When Millie got a poor grade on her science quiz, she said, if studying hard, reading extra books, and asking questions is not enough for me to pass a quiz, I cannot be an astronaut. Mr. Stone, Millie's teacher, always encouraged her. He said, you can do it. You can do anything, even go to the moon. Do not give up on yourself. After Millie grew up and finished school, she wanted to apply for a job at MOOSA, the Moon Orbit Observation and Space Association. When she doubted herself before her job interviews, she heard her parents' voices in her head. If you ever think something is impossible, remember that you are unstoppable. She heard Mr. Stone's voice. You can do it. You can do anything. They were right. She got the job. On her first day at MOOSA, Millie's manager, Polly Poodle, gave her a tour of the headquarters and their model spaceship. I cannot wait to earn my astronaut certification and travel in one of these, Millie said. Oh, Millie, I'm sorry to tell you, but that will not happen. You are simply too big for the spaceship. But your determination, hard work, and talent will be great for us here on Earth, Paula said. When Millie finished her first day of work, she called home and told her parents she did not belong at MOOSA. I came all this way and will be stuck on Earth forever, cried Millie. Her parents knew exactly what to say. If you ever think something is impossible, remember that you are unstoppable. Before going to bed, Millie pulled out her old telescope and looked up at the moon. A shooting star zoomed through the sky, and Millie made a wish. She crawled into bed, fell asleep, and dreamed of doing somersaults and cartwheels in space. The next morning, Millie felt refreshed and had a plan. She rushed to the office and started drawing blueprints for a remodeled spaceship. Millie approached Paula Poodle with her plan. I have blueprints for a spaceship that will allow me to travel to space. Let me enroll in astronaut training. I am determined, hardworking, and talented. I can make this happen, Millie said. I can sign you up for astronaut training, but the redesigned ship will need to follow strict regulations and pass many tests. It will be a lot of work. Can you handle that? Paula asked. Millie nodded and smiled. The next day, Millie traveled to the space base with veteran astronauts Molly Meow, Robbie Ribbit, and Gus Gobble to start her astronaut training. After a lot of hard work, Millie passed the astronaut training with flying colors. As a graduation gift, her instructors brought her to the spaceship they would be remodeling. They spent day after day expanding the spaceship to make room for Millie. They measured, lifted, hammered, and drilled to triple the size of the ship. Paula Poodle and a team of expert engineers traveled to the space base to test the safety of the remodeled spaceship. After the ship passed all of the standard tests, Paula insisted on one more. "Please buckle in, Millie," she said. Millie entered the spaceship, sat down, and buckled her safety harness. "You fit. You and the Unstoppable are cleared for takeoff," Paula said. Everyone shouted for Millie. Millie called her parents as soon as the crowd grew quiet. "I am going to space," she shouted. "You can watch our takeoff tomorrow night," she said. "We are so proud of you, Millie," Mama Moo and Daddy Moo said. The next day, the astronauts put on their suits and stepped into the Unstoppable. They sat in their seats and buckled their safety harnesses. Then they counted down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! The astronauts made their way through space to the moon. The other astronauts cheered as Millie stepped off of the ship and onto the moon. Millie looked to Earth and said, "If you ever think something is impossible, remember that you are unstoppable." The end.